Hello everybody, welcome to Wasteland 2. The game has officially released today on this beautiful September 19th, 2014, and I for one am quite excited by this. I've been anticipating this game, or the release of this game, for quite some time. I mean, the game has been in beta / early access for the longest time. I mean, seriously, I don't even remember when it came out, but it seems like forever ago, and I was part of it from the beginning. And as cool as it was to see the progression of the game with every single big update, nothing compares to actually being able to sit down right now and start, the game with the final build. I mean, this is what I've been waiting for, and it's a hell of a game, man. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be a long, entertaining series, and hopefully a lot of you guys are going to get hooked on it and enjoy it as well. So what we're going to be doing in this particular episode is we're just going to go ahead and create our characters from scratch. And actually, before we do that, just a quick little history lesson on the Wasteland series. The original one came out in 1988, if I'm not mistaken. Now, for me, unfortunately, I was too young at the time to have played the game. Although I do own the game because it came with the early access when I purchased it. I still haven't tried it, but anyways, back then I was too young, never played it. However, my all-time favorite series, which is the original Fallout series, my all-time favorite game franchise, really, the Fallout series, the original one, was greatly influenced with or by the original Wasteland. And I mean, really, that's amazing. And I've just lost my train of thought. I had something really important to say about that. Oh no, actually, well, that's it. I mean, it was greatly influenced by them. What's cool about this game, Wasteland 2, is that it plays a lot like, Fallout, or the original Fallout. So for me, that's just pure awesome. And there's a reason why they call, the original Wasteland the grandfather of post-apocalyptic RPGs. And, it's just because they pretty much started it all, and there probably never would have been a Fallout franchise without the Wasteland. So I'm very happy. That's all I have to say. I'm just so happy. I just can't wait to start this thing. So actually, I'm just going to shut up now. Well, I can't shut up because I have to explain what we're going to be doing, but I'm going to stop talking about the past and start focusing on the right now, which is creating our characters from scratch. We're going to go ahead and create 4 characters because that's what we want to be doing. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so let's create our characters. Actually, if you don't feel like creating your characters, you can actually use some pre-made rangers here. Now, there's a few to select from. We're not going to actually go through what they all do, but if you don't feel like customizing, which would be odd because really half the fun is creating your rangers from scratch, they're there. You can also, if you, example, click on this guy and add him, you can actually go on him and actually rearrange his skills and attributes if you desire to. I do not desire to, so I'd rather start from complete nothingness and create 4 unique rangers that are gonna synergize well together and pretty much try to get as many skills as possible. Of course, you can't have too many because I'd rather be really good at a small amount of skills than half-assed at like a lot of skills, so you're gonna have to keep that in consideration. Also, keep in consideration that you do get 4 characters, but you have room for 3 NPCs to join you, so you can have up to 3 other followers, and these other followers are gonna have their own sets of skills and whatnot. So you're gonna be able to fill in the blanks or fill in the gaps with those NPCs. So, anyways, let's get started here. We're gonna go ahead and create our first guy. So, like I was mentioning, he's going to be the leader of the pack. So, because he's gonna be the leader, because he's going to be the leader, he's going to have high charisma. Now, I guess I should probably go through all these attributes first. So basically, coordination will increase the amount of action points you start with, and bonus range hit chance. So, I mean, anybody that's going to be using a gun is going to want high coordination, and even if you're not using guns, this is the easiest way to up your action points. As you can see right now, if I go to level 4, it'll give me an extra action point and an extra chance to hit with ranged weapon. Only 1%, but you know what? That 1% can be a difference maker. What else we got? We got luck, which basically increases your critical hit chance with everything, melee and weapons, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely with weapons. It also increases your chance to evade, your chance to get additional constitutions per level, so that's more hit points when you level up. There's a chance, and also a chance for an extra action point per turn. So it's, if you have high luck, you might get a bonus action point during combat, which, I mean, can come in very handy. I mean, obviously more action points means more movement, more shooting, more everything, really, right? So keep that in mind. Awareness is initiative in combat. This is what will increase your initiative the quickest, and obviously you don't want to have a low initiative. You You want it as high as possible so that you can act first in combat. Anyways, I'm going to go through the builds that I've created after we've done, the basic attributes here. Then we got the strengths. We got the strength, which increases your max con per level. You can see the little plus signs here. Actually, I moved too quickly. Little plus signs means like a lot, and this is just like not a lot, basically. I don't know how else to explain it, but when I start doing the builds, we'll see the stats down here change, and this is really what you want to be looking at when you're actually putting attribute points. But we're just going to keep doing this just to give a general idea of what things do. So base melee damage, also your max carry weight, your starting constitution, and number of action points. So this is another way to increase your action points, although it does not increase as quickly as coordination. So you got to keep that in mind. But I mean, it's good to mix match everything to try to maximize your everything really. Then we got speed, which is I think underrated because it's really good. I mean, maybe it's not underrated, but when the beta first came out, it certainly wasn't all that good. And at the time, it was like people didn't care for it. But now that it's actually really good, you don't want to neglect speed. At least maybe you want some characters to be able to move quickly, and like I said, once we go through the builds that I'm going to do, speed will make a lot of sense. On example, the medic. You probably want your medic and your surgeon to be moving quickly, right? Because, well, actually it's not how quickly they move, it's how much distance they can move per action point. So you can see it down here, combat speed, it's 1.6 when it's at 3, and it goes up, so you can move longer distances per action point. So obviously as a medic or a surgeon, that makes a lot of sense, because if someone goes down, someone needs healing, you got to be able to get to them quickly, and odds are in combat, you're not going to have all your characters bunched up. In fact, I strongly recommend you do not bunch up your characters, because I've had one sequence happen where I ended up getting a random encounter, and the random encounter was really strong, like a really tough raiders, and one of them chucked a grenade right in the middle of all my bunched up guys, and they all died, instant killed. So from there, I learned that, okay, yeah, you want to kind of like spread everybody out. Anyways, that's for another time. That's for when we're actually going to get to start the game. Okay, so strength, speed, very important. So what speed does is your movement per action point in combat, like we mentioned, and it's got the 3 pluses next to it, so this is the only way to increase it. Initiative in combat as well, so this is another way to increase your initiative. So if you're going to be low awareness, you're probably going to want to be high speed, and if you're going to be low speed, you're going to want to be high awareness, because or else your combat initiative is going to suffer way too much. Intelligence, very important, and I'm going to go through it when we start actually building the guy, but basically this increases your skill points, your ability to read high-level books, which I've never found yet. I haven't actually found a book. Obviously, I haven't played enough to have probably find them, but anyways, and number of action points. So this is another way to increase your action points. And then we have charisma, which good way is very fitting to finish with charisma, because like I was mentioning, this character that we're going to start with is going to be the leader of our foursome, and the charisma is going to play an extremely important, valuable role, and I'm basically going to have it very high. But what charisma does, actually, it doesn't have any pluses, that's right. So basically what it does is that, you can see it right there, it increases the leadership radius. Now leadership, if you look over here, is an actual skill. We'll go through that later, but just remember that charisma is increasing the radius of leadership, which is the reason why you want it very high. Plus, they made it very interesting in this game where you get more experience for having high charisma, so you really don't want to neglect charisma. Like, you don't want characters with 1 charisma. At least that's the way I see it, because some of your characters with high charisma are just going to be leveling up really quickly, and what's the point of having a lot of intelligence where you're going to be getting a lot of skills per level up if you're not going to be leveling up quickly? Now, as far as I know, you can theoretically grind in this game. I don't know if there's a level cap. There might be. It might be set at 20. I'm not sure. So do not quote me on that, but feel free to let me know in the comments if you do know, because I actually forgot to look that up before I started recording this particular episode. But let's assume there is a cap. You still want to level up as quickly as possible. But anyway, so charisma, very important anyways for the leadership radius. So let's create this first character. Now, I've played the last few days just playing around with different builds. Yes, it was the beta version, but I have cheated and played the release build before I started recording this, just to make sure that nothing changed too much in the character creation stuff, and nothing's really changed. So my builds that I've created over the last 2 days seem to still be viable, at least viable. I mean, still doable with the release of the game. I mean, nothing's changed. Now, are they viable? That's a different question. They feel very rounded out between all four rangers, and hopefully they're going to be, you know, viable for the whole game, because there's nothing crappier than, you know, finding out like 4 hours down the road, oops, I screwed up my build, because, you know, I do plan on doing, you know, a long Let's Play series of this game, and I can't just, you know, stop in the middle saying, oh, well, I screwed up, you know. No, I can't do, I mean, I guess in theory I could do that, but I wouldn't want to do that, because it's, you know, kind of like a big middle finger to whoever is, you know, following this series. So I would never do that. So hopefully these builds will be viable throughout the game. And if they're not, well, don't tell me in the comments, because I'll just get discouraged. So just keep it for yourself. And anyways, we'll see what happens. So let's start this. Enough blabbing about that stuff. So coordination on the first guy, I've decided to go with 4. Now, obviously, you're going to want to increase this as high as possible, but because I'm going to have high charisma on this character, I had to find tricky ways of, you know, finding more attribute points. So I've actually gone down 1 with luck, so this guy is not going to be getting a lot of critical shots. But that's okay. The weapon we're going to choose might actually increase our crit chance with that particular weapon type, so we'll find out. Awareness, I went 4 with this guy because obviously, you know, actually I'm not sure what vision range does, but yeah, awareness also increases your vision range, which it doesn't mention it here. It just says chance to evade and initiative in combat. But if you look here, let's go back here, and if I go to level 4 here, it says 0.5 meter vision range. Not exactly entirely sure how that works. The evade obviously is self-explanatory. As you can see, if I click here, we go down to, or we go up to 5% chance to evade. So anyways, 4 on the awareness. We're gonna go 4 strength. Now, if you've watched my prior, you know, early access series, you'll notice that I was always going low strength with all my characters, because I was like, well, screw that, I don't need that much strength, fuck that, I'm using ranged weapons. Yeah, well, you know what, do not neglect strength, because your starting, you know, constitution, which is your hit points, and the amount of hit points you gain per level is extremely important, because yes, you're ranged, but you know what, so's the enemy most of the time, so they can just snipe you for a critical shot, and, you know, if you don't have enough constitution, you're freaking dead. And in this game, if your character dies, it is dead. You ain't getting the character back unless you reload, so keep that in mind. Speed on this guy, I went 3. Now, right now you're going to be like, well, this is not very good. I know it's not great right now, but I have no choice, and you'll see why. Because for me, 6 in intelligence is a must. So basically, if I go 4, I get an extra skill point per level up, which is nice. And if I go here, I get an extra action point at 5. And at 6, why do I want to go 6? Oh, they changed it. Oh, shit. So they did change something. Oh, I have to get to 8 to be able to get 4 skill points per level up. Ooh. Alright, well, never mind. Build has changed real quick. There's no point in going... I don't care about the extra action points. So we're going to go 4 intelligence. They've changed that, because if you were at 6 intelligence, you were actually in the beta getting 4 skill points per level up. So that has actually changed. I didn't pay attention in... when I played the game earlier today, testing out things. So my builds will have changed slightly right now. So we're going to go less intelligence. I mean, I will have one character that goes up to 8, but we're going to explain that later. So 3 skill points per level up. I mean, fine. In theory, I guess I could go 5 intelligence just to get the extra action point, but you know what? Screw that. I'm going to go up here and add another one in coordination, although 7 action points is too low. Anyways, let's go 6 charisma. That hasn't changed, right? So it's 6 meter to my leadership radius and 15% increase XP reward. So that's going to be pretty good with this character. Now, I am left with 1 more attribute, and since I'm not going to be putting in intelligence now, we are going to be putting it in coordination. So we will be getting our other action point here and another chance to hit. So really, from what I designed yesterday, the only thing that's really changed is that, well, actually, I got 1 extra % in range hit bonus, and I've lost 1 skill point per level up, because it used to be 6. 6 used to give you 4. And yeah, I guess they deemed it too overpowered. So really, with intelligence, you're either going to be going 4 or 8. So you can't get 5 anymore. Ah, there was a way to get 5 skill points per level up. That's not even possible anymore. But anyway, so we're going to go 4. And that's the beginning part for this character. Just a slight little change there. Sorry, I was a bit surprised. I'm like, oh my god, they've changed that. Oh my god. Okay, so the skills that we're going to be using with this guy. We're going to be going leadership. And I'm actually going to be putting just 1 point right now in leadership. So what this does is that it reduces Chance followers ignore orders in combat by 5%. Now, followers are obviously followers / NPCs that join you. We got 3 slots for them. And also increases nearby allies' chance to hit by 2%. So anybody that falls in our radius of leadership, which is increased with charisma, will be getting an extra 2% chance to hit, and less chances of them going rogue in combat for the NPCs. And of course, leadership is definitely one of the skills that I'm going to want to try to, max out as high as possible, because look at that, an extra 20% chance to hit on all allies in the radius is going to be awesome. So we're going to go 1 point leadership. What did I have next? I had the perception, obviously my second favorite, actually my favorite skill actually. They have modified it for the final build. I tried it real quickly and it's much different now, but it's still very important to have at least on one of your characters. Yeah, I guess, you know what, I should probably also mention that since I've played the game, I kind of know what to expect really early on, and you do get someone that joins you really early in the game. Now, I mean, I won't spoil too much so that, in the next episode we will be getting that character. So I've kind of designed my characters around the first NPC we get so that, we're using as many or we have access to as many skills as possible. So I should probably mention that too before I continue, which I have, so now I will continue. So we're going to go Perception 1. We're going to go Smart Ass 1, but I might change. I think I might want to do Kiss Ass. I don't think it... Well, actually, for the very early part of the game, it does matter. But you know what? No, I'm going to go Smart Ass. F you. Smart Ass. No, that's what I wanted. I wanted Smart Ass. So we're going to go Smart Ass 1. This is going to help for certain dialogues. And since this is like our charismatic character, it just seems fitting. So there we go. And then we're going to be putting 2 points on Shotgun. The reason I go 2 points right away is so that instead of being 50% chance to hit, it will be 55. Why is it not working? There we go. 55 and 3. I mean, that's not a huge difference. It's not a huge difference at all, actually. The extra 5%. I may change that. I'm actually, hang on. I think that's changed as well. I don't know if I actually care for 55. Whatever. We'll go 2 shotgun. I'm also going to go put 1 in bladed weapons. Now, the reason I do that, you're going to be like, well, why are you wasting, 2 points in there, blah, blah, blah. It's just because for certain enemies, you don't want to be wasting ammo. Ammo is sort of rare, and, you don't want to waste it for nothing. So when you're fighting, like, really easy enemies, you want to be using, like, melee weapons. So having, an extra 60% chance to hit with the bladed weapons is way better than having, no points in it, which is now 25% chance to hit. So it makes sense to have 1 there. Plus, I will start with a knife as a secondary weapon, so keep that in mind too. I've tested that out, and it's worked in every game that I've tried, and yeah, definitely want the bladed weapon in there. So that's it for this character. I mean, that's pretty much the design of the leader. We're gonna go ahead and do a male character. I don't know why the game takes automatic snapshots now of the characters. It just keeps doing it, and it's very annoying. It just randomly takes snapshots the second you load the game up. Okay, so Kyle Reese, baby, is the name of this character. Now, everybody knows Kyle Reese, but in this universe, Kyle Reese is a little bit different, but still quite cool. He's going to be 33 years old because I decided to. He's not religious. He does smoke. He smokes the sticks because, yeah, sticks. He is American. And we're going to go with the hair. Well, actually, let's choose a portrait now. There's the generic ones that the game comes with. But I'm going to use the one that I found on the internets, which is this one here. I really like this one, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I am going to keep the leather jacket on him because, he is the charismatic guy, and everybody knows wearing a leather jacket makes you super charismatic. So there you go. That's just a fact of life. We're going to go with that hat because I love it. And we're going to go with the beard and the smoke in the mouth. Yeah, badass. Now that's, for everybody watching, this is a charismatic character. This is how, if you want to be charismatic in life, you got to look like this guy right here. You have to smoke. You have no choice. And there you go. Actually, no, leather jacket staying. We're going to go with the pack. I like the pack that has, it's the big one, but it has kind of like the shovel on it and like this machete. And since this character is going to be carrying the shovel, I don't know, I feel like putting that pack on him because it just makes sense, I guess. So there you go. And he sort of looks like the portrait, so I kind of like that too. Legs, though. What are we going to go with the legs? Very important to have a good set of legs. And I can't remember what I had oh yeah, I remember the ones I had chosen. I had gone with this one here. I like these ones. So there we go. This is our leader guy. This is Kyle Reese. Now, I'm not going to put a biography. Actually, maybe at the end of this episode, when I'm done recording, I might come back into these characters and create a biography. I'm not sure yet. I'm not feeling very creative right now as far as writing is concerned. But anyways, if you want, obviously, create your biography here and knock yourself out. So there we go. That's our guy. We can actually customize the sky in the background now. I'm actually going to go with the gray one. I really like the gray. I don't know why. It's just... I like gray, I guess. That's it. So there we go. Done. Kyle Reese is ready. The leader of the freaking team is ready. So there we go. Let's do the next one. I'll try to, hurry this up now. Now that we know the basics. Next character, second most important. Arguably the most important character to have in this game is the support character, which is your healer and your medic, if you will. So definitely do not go in this game without having one of those guys, because you're gonna be having a hard time, and you're just gonna end up restarting. I guarantee it. So what do we got for Mr. Doc Johnson, which is the name I have given this guy? He's gonna go ahead and have 6 coordination. So 6 coordination puts him up to 8 action points right away. I might actually have more than that now that I think of it, but that's just because the intelligence thing has changed. I had designed all my characters to have 6 intelligence so that they get 4 skill points per level up, but now that that's changed, we'll not be able to do that. So anyways, luck 2, awareness 2, which is pretty low. I might actually put another point in there. Strength 4, obviously. I do want the hit points per level up, and I don't want my guys to be too weak. And then we got speed 6, and like I was mentioning earlier, since this guy's going to be the medic, I really want him to be moving, long distances per action point. So his combat speed is 2.0, so, or 2, if you will. And it's considered good, and I think, me personally, it's a great idea for the medic, just so that he can get around quickly on the battlefield. And having even more strength's not a bad idea, because if your medic dies, you're like fucked. I mean, you're just screwed. So I might actually put more points in strength now. So like I was saying, I was normally going 6 in intelligence here, but now only 4, because I just want the extra skill point. Now this guy's got 9 action points. His combat initiative is 10. Basically, I've designed all my characters to have 10 initiative at the very least, or the lowest is 10. And yeah, I don't want anything lower than that. It just, you don't act fast enough in combat, and it's quite annoying. So there we go. So 4 intelligence. So that leaves me with still 1 action point. And I had designed this guy with 2 charisma. Now leaving at 3 charisma is not a stupid idea, actually, because this gives me 15, or it gives me an extra 10% increase in experience. Not sure. I think I'd rather have this guy have more strength, honestly. More strength means this guy can take more damage, and honestly, this will give me 1 extra chance to hit with range weapons. One extra luck might not be a bad idea. This guy I'm actually going to be outfitting with the submachine guns. Submachine guns I don't think have a natural high chance to crit. Yeah, low critical hit chance. So having high luck on this guy is not all that important. I don't want to be at 1 either, though. Oh, maybe I do want to be 1. Maybe I don't care about that. You know what? I'll go 1. You know what? I might actually give you an extra strength. So now you got 10 action points, 32 combat initiative 10, chance to evade maybe a bit higher if I give you 1 more awareness. Yeah, your combat initiative will start, vision, or maybe speed. Combat speed, evade, 1%. No, I think 1 more in awareness would make more sense. Or I can also put in charisma to get the extra experience. The extra experience bonus. That's a tough one. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do... No, it did not increase my chance to evade. It did increase my initiative, but I don't need this guy to act first. I just, need him to move quickly. Intelligence, there's really no point. You know what? Speed, charisma. Maybe I will go charisma, just to get the experience. So there's that 5% extra increase in experience. I mean, I'm not sure this is the right thing to do, but honestly, I've tested it out, and that experience bonus is very, very useful. Like, I had one where my characters with 1 charisma were gaining way less experience. Like, I had my high charisma guy that has 6 charisma. He had actually lapped 2 of my characters, 2 of my other rangers, in level ups. He was 1 level higher than everybody. Just because he was every time he'd gain experience, he was gaining way more than everybody else. So that's when it clicked and I was like, you know what? Neglecting charisma in this game is probably not the right thing. But then again, 1 in luck is not much either, though. But you know what? I don't need this guy. He's going to be using submachine guns. I don't need him to have high luck. You know what? This is going to be the build for this guy. So it gives us 10 action points, which is a lot actually, and 10 combat initiative, which is pretty good. So he's got a lot of action points. He can move very quickly. So he's going to be able to do a lot of things in combat, which is very nice. So let's give this guy the skills. So I'm going to go ahead and give 2 points right away to submachine guns, which now puts him at 55% chance to hit and 7% crit chance. We're going to go ahead and do, obviously, 1 in medic, or field medic. Why doesn't it work sometimes? There we go. It's still a little bit buggy. It was like that in the beta as well. 1 in field medic. So field medic basically allows you to use consumables that can heal people. So you don't want to neglect field medic, and you certainly don't want to neglect surgeon, which sort of kind of works the same, but surgeon is the only skill that will allow you to revive fallen companions or NPCs. So if you don't want both, then scratch field medic and go with surgeon, because if you don't take surgeon, you're freaking toast, or you better be really good at this game. So 1 in surgeon, and obviously these are, I mean, I'm going to focus more on surgeon, but at least with 1 in field medic, I'll be able to use the basic healing things on the companions, on the other rangers. Oh yeah, I'm going to give this guy 1 in knife as well, just for the same reason, so that he starts with a knife and has, you know, a melee weapon to do damage with. Plus with his high strength, he'll be doing more damage than the other guys, because this increases, yeah, the base melee damage. So strength also increases base melee damage. And I'm also going to put 1 point in demolition. Demolition combos very well with perception, but it doesn't have to be on the same character, because I read the game manual, and there's a lot of things I learned from the game manual, and I strongly suggest that you actually, you know, check it out, check the game manual out, read it. There's a lot of very useful information, and one of them was perception obviously works well with demolition and alarm disarming, but I had read it as, you know, you have to have it on the same character, but you don't. You just need one guy with really good perception to be able to detect the traps or the alarm, and then have another guy that can actually disactivate them. So that's what we're gonna do. So there's a lot of explosive traps, so having someone with demolition is very important. Same for alarm disarming. You don't want to, I mean, I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but obviously if an alarm goes off, you're probably gonna be, you know, you're probably going to get attacked by many enemies, and that's, in this game, you kind of want to avoid fights if possible. So there you have it, and that's it for this guy's build. I mean, that's not too bad. I think, well, it worked out pretty well at first, and obviously on the first level ups, we're going to be focusing on surgeon and field medic for maybe a few more, maybe even the demolition. Submachine gun at 55 is fine for now, plus the bonus from leadership from our, you know, leader guy. So we should be good. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and do another male character here, and we're going to call this guy Doc Johnson, and like I said, I may put a description later on. Now, Doc Johnson's a little bit older. He is a veteran, you know, he's 47 years old. He's such an old man. He is very religious. He's going to be Christian. He does not smoke, right? He's a doctor, so he's not going to smoke. He is American, and yeah, this is how he's going to look like. I'm not sure, actually. Let's look for a portrait that's kind of neat for a doctor-ish kind of guy. I kind of like this guy, but meh. You know what? I kind of like this. Let's go with this. We're going to make a doctor. We'll try to make him, although on this one he's smoking, but whatever. Who cares? Oh, you know what? A doctor that smokes in the Wasteland makes sense. So, you know what? He smokes coffin nails. There we go. Everybody's happy now. So, hair. I don't think there is a hat that looks like that, though. Well, that kind of not really looks like it, but was there one of those high top type hats? I do like this one, though. You know what? We'll go with that for Doc. And change his head to have like some kind of doctor mustache that I call, like this thing here. There is another one that's not too bad. Where is it? Well, actually right there. No, I don't like that. I mean, designing characters is, you know, very important. Actually, it was this one here. I like this. This is it. This is the doctor face right there. This is the doctor of the wastes right there, everybody. So pay, you know, careful attention here. If you see a guy like that in the Wastelands, have him follow you. He's very important, just because of the mustache. Torso. Well, torso, there is something that resembles that picture, so I will go for that, and it's right here, actually. So Doc is like that. What kind of legs? Actually, packs. We're going to go for a small pack on this guy. There we go. That's kind of like a medic-like pack. But he's not just a medic, he's like a combat medic, right? He's got a lot of strength, and he's got a submachine gun. Don't fuck with this guy, you'll kick your ass. Legs. What kind of legs? I kind of like these things, but what else do we have? No. Faded blue jeans, no thank you. That's actually not too bad. Kind of like this. With the cowboy boots over the jeans, or over the pants. You know what? There you go. This is going to be our doctor, our freaking medic guy. And the background will be a light blue. I associate, you know, health, you know, medic stuff with blue for some reason. So there you go. Sky will be blue. Actually, you could choose the size of your characters. I'm going to keep them all, you know, there you go, medium size. Or maybe not, but anyways, this guy will be. Actually, the skin tone, though, which I think I forgot to change on the other guy, this guy's going to be slightly more pale. No, I don't want him too pale. You know what? He'll be like a pinkish hue of a skin tone. So there we go. Medic. Doc Johnson, baby. Anything I'm forgetting here? Covenant, blah, 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 blah. Alright, everything's good. So there we go. Number 2. Oh boy, this episode's going to be dragging on a long time. I got to speed things up here. Alright, so the next character, the second most important support character, which is going to be our high-tech guy, if you will, who's going to have access to a lot of skills and a lot of the tech skills. So we're going to go ahead and start that. So basically, he's going to be 5 coordination, he's going to be 2 luck, he's going to be 2 awareness, 4 strength, which I've deemed 4 to be the perfect number for pretty much any character, I think. Unless you got like a character that's not going to get hit much. So like maybe your sniper doesn't need to have as much strength, but it's a very good number to have, just because you get a good amount of hit points and whatnot. There we go. So speed is going to be 4 on this guy as well, just to increase the initiative. Right, initiative right now we are at 9, and then intelligence I had at 8. So this guy will actually be getting 4 skill points per level up. Now charisma is going to go down to 2. And I must have fucked something up, because why do I have 1 extra remaining point here? Interesting. Although action points, combat initiative is only 9. There we go. We're going to put 1 in awareness. And there we go. 3 awareness, so that he's got 10 combat initiative. Combat speed is not too bad, so he's very rounded out. I've also deemed that 2 charisma is the lowest I'd ever go, just to get the 10% to experience. So if you go down to here, you're losing 5, so the base is probably 5 at 1 charisma. I'm assuming. I could be wrong, but at least this way, anyways, it feels like this will be giving 10, and it feels like the right number. Same for strength, like I was mentioning. 4 seems like the magic number, and everything else really depends on what kind of character you're trying to make. But again, every attribute is very important, so do not neglect anything. So we got our skill guy here, so I'm just moving my papers around here trying to figure out what I had done. He's going to be the energy weapons, obviously, because he's the tech guy, so we're going to go ahead and put 2 in there right away. He's going to also be our guy to disarm alarms, because he is our tech guy after all. Computer science as well, he's going to have 1 point in there, and that one we're going to want to work on a lot. Same for mechanical repair, and he's also toaster repair, because toasters are basically like Easter eggs in the game. They're like hidden secrets, and you gotta, you know, open them, and then there's goodies inside. There's loot. So you want someone with toaster repair, and basically, you know, the higher you go, the better chances you have of opening them. So basically, if you want to open the hardest, challenging level 10 plus toasters, you need at least 10 points, honestly, because it gives you a 60% chance versus challenge level 10, which is it's not a gimme. And if you go at level 9 here, which requires 34 skill points, it's 25% versus challenging, you know, toasters, because toasters can be quite challenging in the wastes. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna ever max it out. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna be maxing out with this guy. I found uses for all the skills I've given him, so that's why I want him getting as many skill points as possible per level up. And I might actually want him... Oh, level 10 gives you the extra skill point now. Ah, interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to probably... I mean, in the beta, there was these secret shrine areas that, you know, could give you extra attribute points and stuff like that. So if we do find those in the wastes, because I don't know if it's changed in the release build, but the ones I had found in the beta have changed in the release build. So, but I'm assuming it's still going to be a possibility. We're going to want to max out his intelligence just so that he's getting maximum skill points per level up. So anyways, that's it for this guy. This is our tech guy, and his name is going to be Billy the Wiz. Billy the Wiz, and he's going to be male as well. I know exactly what portrait I want because I really like it. It's this one right here. Really love this one, and there is a hairdo that looks like it. The bald look. The bald, well, not bald, but bald right here. Yeah, right. No, turn. There we go. No, that's not it. What is wrong with me? Oh, there it is. The Bruce Willis, I call it. There we go, with the little hair on the side there. Love it. Head. I know which ones I want. It's the nerd glasses. Where you at? Right there. This one right there. Torso. Actually, this guy's going to be slightly shorter than everybody else. Torso, I know exactly the one I want, which is this one here. The packs on this guy, we're going to go small packs as well. He is a techie after all. I don't know why that would mean small thing. And I kind of like these pants. It just makes him look weird. This guy's a weird guy. He's very viable though. You want him on your side, but he's a weird canary. There we go. That's going to be his look. He's going to have a very pale skin tone color though. He's going to be like very sickly. A yellowish hue to his skin tone. Like, this guy is not well, but you want him on your freaking side because he will save your ass with all sorts of tech things in the wastes. So there we go, Sky. You know what, let's go with I don't know. I guess we'll change it up and do purple sky with this guy. I don't know, he's just seems fitting for some reason. Legs, everything's good. There we go. So, Billy the Wiz, you are done. Accept. And last but not least, our Sniper Babe. If you were following my other series, Sniper Babe has made it in every single cut. She is awesome. And let's create our sniper. So she's going to have 7 levels of coordination because she is sniping after all. She's going to have 5 luck because not only do I want her sniping, I want her to have a high crit chance when she is sniping, which will combo very well with headshots, which is a thing now in this game. We're going to go 4 awareness. We're going to go 2 strength. Now, I know I was saying 4 is optimal, but for her, she's going to be so long range. Odds of her getting hit, I'm hoping, plus if she's undercover, she should be okay with just 2 strength. Plus her high luck, there's a chance that she gets extra con per level up. So there's also that to consider. So we're going to go 2 strength with her. 2 speed. She's not going to be very fast. Puts her at 1.5. But our combat initiative is still 10 because of why? Why are you 10? You got low speed and awareness. Number of action points bonus. How come it's a 10? That's weird. Awareness 4 gave me 1. Oh, anyways, whatever. Speed 2. Oh, okay, speed 2 gives you at least 1 combat initiative. Okay, cool. Intelligence, well, obviously 4. I get 3 skill points. Her charisma, well, she is kind of hot. I think 3. I think 15%. I would like her to level up quickly. I could put the other points. Well, speed would give me what? An extra combat speed and evade. I don't really care. An extra strength is never a bad idea, actually. An extra luck actually is not a bad idea too. Just to increase that crit chance. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. She's gonna go 6 luck actually. She's very lucky. She's hot and lucky. I'm gonna keep 3 charisma though. I had it penciled in at 2 because I was like I was mentioning, all my characters had 6 in intelligence, but it's not needed anymore. I think let's keep her even with everybody else. Everybody else has 2, and that extra point actually. Critical hit chance again is very tempting. This one here will give me 1. Oh, this will give me an extra action point and a chance to hit. Plus 9 action points on her is not a bad idea. So there we go. This is the build for our Sniper Babe. So what skills does she have? Well, obviously she's going to have 2 in sniper rifles. She's going to be lockpicking 1. Where is you, Mr. Lockpicking 1? There we go. We need someone that can open stuff. Same for safes cracking. She can open safes. She's gonna have one in Animal Whisperer. Now you're gonna be like, "Well, this is so stupid." No, no, it's not. It's awesome, and you'll see why when we actually start the game up in the next episode. Animal Whisperer 1, and I'm left with 2 points. Why am I left with 2 points? Why am I left with 2 points? What have I fucked up here? Oh yes, because I forgot to give her one in pistols. I'm not gonna go melee with her because I want her to maintain her rangedness because she's not gonna have high strength. So I figured give her one in handguns so she can switch to handguns for enemies that don't have, that aren't as dangerous. Plus, this will allow her to start with a pistol and a sniper rifle. So I've tested that out, and I really like the thing. I might not even invest any more points in handguns with her. This is just so that she starts with one and that she has at least a 50% chance of hitting. So there we go. That's Sniper Babe, and well, her name is going to be Sasha Grey. Now, if you don't know who Sasha Grey is, I strongly recommend that you Google her. Did I change the age of Billy the Wiz? I don't think I did. Anyways, Sasha Grey's 26 in this alternate universe. It's not the same Sasha Grey as our Sasha Grey in our life, in our world, in our universe is what I'm trying to say. She's an atheist. She does not believe in these nothings, and she's going to be Russian in this universe. She does not smoke. And what is she going to look like? That is the question. Let's see what kind of portraits there is. Like, I like this. Like, I don't mind her being hot, because hot and charismatic are two complete different things. You could be super hot and be like a complete uncharismatic, human being. So I don't mind like a hot pick, but I kind of like this. But that's not the Sasha Grey that I'm looking for, actually. You know what? I kind of like this one. This is like, you know what? This is me. I snipe stuff. Not hot enough though. That one's not too bad. You know what? I like this one. This will be Sasha Grey in this universe. Now Sasha Grey is not much of a Russian name, but in this universe, it's a Russian name. Okay, there we go. So it's settled. All right, hair. What kind of hair am I looking for? I think there is pink hair. I don't remember if I liked it though. No, that's too wacky. Too wacky. Kind of like that. Oh, there we go. You know what? I like that. That's cool. Yeah. What kind of head do we want? I don't want you with scars. I don't want you with that either. No, I don't know. You know what? I kind of like I like this look. It's really cool. All right, torso. What are we gonna do with torso? Do I want you to be sexy looking or practical looking? Oh, that's kind of neat. I'll go with that. What kind of pack? Actually, I like the small pack. This one here, it's just like a very small little pack. So that's what she's going to be. And what kind of legs? I know what I want on you, though. I remember the ones. I love these. So there we go. That's our Sniper Babe. This is Sasha Grey, and she's going to kick ass. What kind of sky are we going to go? We're going to go with a nice... Is there a purple sky? Not really. Well, that one's not too bad. Red? Eh. Dark blue. Let's go dark blue. I think I chose that for the other guy, for Billy the Wiz. But anyways, skin tone, she's going to be very pale. She's very pale because she doesn't get enough sun in the wastelands, apparently. Size, we're going to make her just a little bit shorter than everybody else. And that's pretty much it, man. That is our stuff. Let me just go back on him because I think I fucked up. Exactly. I forgot to change his age. He's like 38. He's much older looking, but he's just weird, and he's 38. So there we go. And he doesn't smoke, right? There we go. He does not smoke. We only have 2 smokers in this group. And let me just change the sky while I'm here. Let's go red sky. There we go. So there we go. That is our party. We got Kyle Reese, we got Doc Johnson, Billy the Wiz, and Sasha Grey. We're going to be kicking ass in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope to see you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Ciao.